I would like to ask one question to all the students. How many of you have heard one sentence from your parents right from your childhood that read the textbook? Instead of learning the answers, read the textbook, read the lessons if you want to score best marks in your exam. If yes, type yes in our comment box. Now tell me, after reading the entire textbook, how many of you have managed to score best marks in your exam? How many of you remember what you have read in your textbook? I know what is your answer, and I also know there is a sweet smile on the faces of many of you. Actually, the problem is not with your memory. In spite of having the best memory, still you are not able to remember what you have read on the previous day. Then what exactly is the problem? Then how the toppers manage to score best marks after reading the textbook? So today in this video, I am going to share the secret which is followed by the toppers to score best marks. How the toppers read the textbook and how they manage to score the best marks. So in this video, I am going to share the secret followed by the toppers. What you have to do is just follow 5 simple steps. You have to simply follow 5 simple steps while reading the lesson from the textbook. That's it. If you follow the 5 steps, what I'm going to explain in this video, I assure best marks in your next exam. So without wasting time, let's see what are those 5 secret steps followed by the toppers. Okay, now tell me how you start reading the lesson, how you start reading the textbook. The answer is quite simple. We just open the textbook, we just open the chapter, and we just start reading from the first line. This is the biggest mistake what you do. So the very first thing is stop reading the textbook right from the first line. So what you are supposed to do now? The very first thing is straight away go to the question answers part. Yes, straight away go to the exercise part and read those questions first. Read all the questions from that lesson. Even if you don't know anything about that chapter, even if you don't know anything about the concept, just go through the questions. What are the simple questions? Fill in the blanks, objectives, give reasons, diagrams, some numerical problems, whatever it is. Just go through the complete exercise given at the end of the lesson. This gives you the clear idea. This gives you the clear idea that what exactly you have to study. So here, when you read the question first, this increases your focus by 50% while reading the chapter. So this is the most important step. What you have to do is read the questions first. So now your brain understands what way you have to follow, what you are going to learn, what answers you have to exactly search while reading the lesson. So now you have to move to the next step. Now we have to start reading our main lesson right from the first line. But while reading, keep one highlighter in your hand. Without fail, keep one highlighter in your hand and mark the important words with that highlighter. Some important definition, some important question, some important diagrams you have to mark with highlighter. But be careful here, don't just make the page colorful with the highlighters. Only mark the important points, that's it. Then later what you have to do is, you have to frame some questions in your mind that whatever I have read, what are the possible questions, what examiner or what a teacher can ask from this part. So you have to ask your questions to yourself. You have to frame some simple questions on the chapter or on the matter what you have read. This type of study makes you perfect in that particular concept and helps you to answer the questions confidently in the exam. Now next what you have to do is, whatever you are reading, you have to convert it to the reference notes. These notes are going to be very helpful for you. Yes, you will understand the importance of these reference notes during your exam. Just a day before exam, you have to just go through these reference notes, that's it. So when you read the chapter, just go on converting the paragraphs or the content in the reference notes. No need to write big answers, no need to write big stories. Now I'll tell you one example. If you are reading the chapter chemical reactions and equations, so chemical combination, you can just write chemical combination, two reactants, just put one arrow, one product. If it's chemical decomposition, one reactant, just put one arrow, two or more product, that's it. So just this symbolic representation will give you the idea of what you have studied. So no need to write big stories in the reference notes. Just put the matter of what you have read in short in your reference notes. Now here one more example I would like to give is like working of heart. Now if you want to remember the working of heart, you can just go on making the flow chart of this. Like first the blood comes to the right atrium, then it goes to the right ventricle, from right ventricle it goes to the lungs, from lungs it comes to the left atrium, from left atrium it comes to the left ventricle, from left ventricle it goes to the body, again from the entire body the blood comes back to the right atrium. So you can just make simple flow chart, and while drawing this flow chart you can also write the names of the blood vessels which carry the blood from one part to the another part. So this will help you to remember the concept properly, perfectly. Now next important step comes here is diagram practice. Diagram practice is very important. Now you will say diagram just by looking you remember. No, don't do this mistake. Draw a diagram once by looking in the book. Just keep the book in front of you and draw the diagram. And later, yes, of course you have to practice the same diagram without looking in your book. So diagram practice is very important because diagrams also carry a good weightage of marks in your exam paper. We have made one video where we have explained the importance of diagram and what precautions you have to take while drawing the diagram and how diagrams helps you to score good marks in exam. Link of that video is shared in the description box. Now after reading the entire textbook, after preparation of the reference notes, you have to move towards the last step. And the last step is very important step which is again followed by the toppers. Again the secret step we can say. And this step is self-assessment. So whatever you have read or whatever reference notes you have made, you have to ask few simple questions to yourself. If possible, write down the answers. Ask few simple questions or frame simple questions and write down the answers of that. This will help you to gain confidence. Confidence which is most important to score best marks. Yes. So while writing the actual exam paper, this confidence is going to help you a lot. And to gain the confidence, this self-assessment is going to help you a lot. So don't miss this last but very important step, and that is self-assessment. So I think now you have understood what mistake you were doing while reading the textbook. It was just the waste of time. Instead of reading the lesson again and again, instead of spending the hours, we can say instead of wasting the time, just spend 2 to 3 hours on one lesson. 2 to 3 hours if you spend on one lesson in this way, I assure you that you will never forget what you have read in that lesson till your exam. Only referring the reference notes before the exam is going to help you to score 100% marks in your exam if you follow all the steps explained in this video. Now quickly I'll just tell you, in spite of following this step, what mistake the students sometimes do. They read the entire lesson once and later they start writing the notes. Don't do this mistake. This will make your work mechanical or boring. Just read the little bit part and parallelly prepare the notes. Second mistake, don't forget to take highlighter in your hand. Yes, don't forget to highlight the important points and don't misuse that highlighter. Don't highlight the entire page, only highlight the important points. Here again I would like to repeat that start reading from the textbook questions. First read the questions and then start reading the lesson. And the most important thing is don't ignore the diagrams. So here many students take diagrams as a granted thing. Diagrams are so easy. Only by looking we will be able to remember and draw it properly in the exam. No. This is not going to help you. So don't ignore the diagrams. So by this time you might have understood that only studying hard is not going to help you to score best marks. Study smart. So here the toppers, they know very well what are exactly the tips which have to be followed to study smartly. So on our YouTube channel we always share the secrets followed by the toppers. So To know such important tips, strategies to score best marks, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Follow our YouTube channel if you want to score best marks in your exam. And of course, don't forget to share our videos among your friends. So, see you in our next video, which will be again based on one more important and interesting strategy which will help you to become a topper. So, my dear students, my dear viewers, thank you so much for watching this video.